Welcome, friends, to today's deep dive into a fascinating coin story that spans American history, thoughtful design, modern minting, collector intrigue, and market values. In your pocket may lie a small piece of numismatic interest worth exploring, the 2005D Buffalo nickel in fine condition. While far more common than its early 20th century ancestor, this modern revival carries meaning and potential for discovery, especially if you know what to look for. Every coin carries a story, and this nickel begins with inspiration in the earliest days of our nation and travels through the mints of today. The story begins when the United States Mint, responding to growing collector interest in the classic Indian head, or Buffalo nickel, introduced a commemorative series in 2005, titled the Westward Journey Nickel Series. The goal was to mark the bicentennial of Lewis and Clark's 180,406 expedition, and the Mint released two new nickel designs in 2004 and 2005. One became the famed Ocean in View design, the other the American Buffalo. The Buffalo design echoes the beloved 19,131,938 classic created by James Earl Fraser. The nostalgia alone drew attention, but the modern coin came with a twist. Its obverse portrait had Thomas Jefferson facing right, a new forward-facing image by artist Joe Fitzgerald. On the reverse, sculptor Jamie Franke rendered the powerful American bison grazing, a symbol of the frontier and Native American heritage. This return of the buffalo to U.S. coinage captured imaginations once again. The D Mint mark on the 2005 nickel denotes the Denver Mint. That year, Denver struck an astonishing 487 million buffalo nickels for circulation. Such volume means that today the 2005D is one of the most common nickels in modern America. You'll find them in pocket change, jars, vends, and sometimes rolls in bank teller drawers. With numbers that large, most of these coins enter circulation early and show wear quickly. That brings us to the grade fine condition on the Sheldon grading scale. A fine grade F12 means moderate to heavy wear overall. The date remains readable though a bit weak. The portrait on the obverse shows flattening around cheekbones and hairlines, and on the reverse, the bison's back, head, and legs are worn but still identifiable. Lettering like United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 5 cents should still be clear, though the finer details are blurred or shallow. Despite this circulation wear, an F12 coin remains fully collectible in its own right, particularly if free from distracting marks, stains, corrosion, or cleaning damage. The first task in understanding the 2005D Buffalo nickel in fine condition is distinguishing between the standard issue and the error varieties. Most coins are standard and hold bullion value equal to face, plus the occasional cent or two depending on metal prices. Nickel is mostly metal minor metal alloy changed in 1945. In fine grade, a regular 2005D Buffalo usually sells for about 10 to 25 cents, reflecting its mass production and general availability. Even in modest bulk quantities on auction sites, collectors often muster interest in older series in higher grade, but for this one, the typical result hovers in that range. Yet the story deepens when we move out of the uniform and into the uncommon. Among the millions minted, certain die anomalies and mint mishaps created standout coins. The most famous of these is the Speared Buffalo or Speared Bison error. Look at the back of the buffalo. If you see a deep carving-like gouge across its back, slicing through the design near the spine, that's a die gouge left when the steel die was damaged, possibly from being struck by a piece of grease or a misaligned tool. This gouge carries through multiple coins struck afterward. Collectors discovered this error years after issuance, and it became a modern numismatic sensation because a distinctive error made in hundreds or thousands of coins, still rarer than the mass production regulars. Even in fine grade, a Speared Buffalo coin can command hundreds of dollars, with auction results showing values typically from $200 to $500. In choice uncirculated grades, prices have climbed well into four-figure numbers, sometimes over $1,000 for premium examples with strong eye appeal. Other rarities include coins with die cracks or doubling. A die crack occurs when the steel die fractured and left a raised line on the coin. Doubling shows as doubled images or lettering. These errors are less dramatic than the speared buffalo, but can fetch $5 to $20 or even more in the right grade, as collectors love incremental rarity. As mint packaging, some uncirculated rolls got coins with bag marks or luster. Those are less value-laden unless the strike is crisp. To evaluate your coin in fine condition, first get a good light, magnifier, or loupe. Check for any raised gouge, doubling, or strange lines, especially across the bison's spine. If you spot something unusual, compare it to known reference. Photos of the speared buffalo or spirited numismatic forums. Grading your own coin at home is fine, but professional grading by NGC or PCGs enhances authenticity, grade accuracy, and marketability. Submitting even a fine-grade speared buffalo to PCGs, for example, might result in TrueView photos and clear certification of the specialization, attracting bidders. Expect grading fees plus shipping, but the payoff can be significant once graded. Selling should target platforms that reach collectors specifically. Heritage auctions, great collections, and eBay with careful listing and escrow are ideal. On heritage or great collections, you can reach a global audience of coin enthusiasts and pay a buyer's fee, but often net good prices. If you self-list on eBay, use strong photos from both sides at high resolution. Mention certification and title listings clearly. For example, 2005D Buffalo Nickel Speared Bison error PCGS Miss 62. For raw coins, emphasize error vs. regular status, condition, grade range like fine 12 or very fine 20, but plainly label non-error coins as common to set expectations. When collectors shop for the 2005D nickel, they look at condition, rarity, eye appeal, and certification. Even within fine category, better looks, cleaner surfaces, minimal abrasions, none of that green toning or major scratches bring the coin toward the high end of typical price range. A fine non-error may sell for 15 cents. A fine minor error could go for $5 to $20. While fine speared buffalo sells from $200 to $500. Eye appeal can shift the final sale price by hundreds. To illustrate with real auction data, in March 2024, a PEG-certified 2005D speared buffalo graded F12 sold for $275. In April 2025, another in VF20 grade reached $395. By June 2025, and Ms. 62 speared buffalo crossed $1,100. Regular issues in F12 graded in PCGs surfaced around $0 to $5 due to CoinShop submissions. These numbers suggest that even within fine, collectors reward error coins heavily but leave regulars at face.
Now, where did the 2005D Buffalo nickel come from? Understanding mint processes helps explain condition, variety, and error types. Denver Mint used modern high-speed presses and alloy compositions per recent nickel standards. Plunge its coin. Blanks went through annealing, washing, and drying before striking with dies. Dies, made of tough steel and engraved with master hubs, where under high stress they break, crack, or chip over time. When a chip fell into the die's design area and went unnoticed, the relief transferred to coins as a gouge. Since the die remained in service for some thousands of strikes, many coins bore the same spearing flaw. Later, mint office quality control or collectors eventually noticed it. By then, the die was likely retired. Collectors love mystery errors where the sheer visual says something is odd. The speared buffalo qualifies. Normal coins are straightforward. These have a dramatic slash across the buffalo's back. That visceral artifact sets them apart. Appreciation for coin design ties to the reissue concept. The 2005 Buffalo Nickel links back to the iconic 1913 to 1938 issue that portrayed a Native American on the obverse and a bison named Black Diamond on the reverse. The early coin was meant to honor the American West and indigenous people, messaging that resonates again in modern times. The Westward Journey Nickel Series put that front and center without using actual portraits of early explorers or tribal figures, instead choosing symbols. Jefferson facing forward connected to the era of exploration, while the bison tied to indigenous lands, buffalo hunts, and ecology. Many collectors value both story and artistry. In handling and collecting modern nickels, preservation matters. Even a fine coin could be overstated in grade if cleaned or scratched. Many circulated coins show marks from pocket tumbling against keys or coins. Those degrade value further. A coin cleaned harshly may display unnaturally bright luster, but lose its collector appeal. Thus, cleaning circulated coins is rarely suggested. For potential error coins, gentle inspection with a magnifier and comparing to known varieties is enough. For regular coins, even F12 are seldom sold professionally. General numismatic sites treat them akin to pocket change, but roll sets or teaching groups may buy them at face or slightly above. To foster your interest in the 2005D nickel, consider building a simple set. Collect one coin of each grade range: fine, very fine, extremely fine, Miss 60, Miss 65, focusing on buffalo design and mint mark sets PDS. This helps you learn grading differences and craft eye training. Community forums and dealer catalogs provide photo guides. If you add a speared buffalo, that's a highlight piece. Passion drives value. Community interest does too. Where might a collector find speared buffalo coins? Often they appear in circulated, chained lots, auction finders, coin show dealers, and error coin specialists. Some surfaced in common money orders and coin wrappers before the error was known, so searching through rolls can be rewarding. After the coin gained fame, mints tightened QC, though more error coins kept appearing in circulation. The fact that any surface means more may still be circulating today. One fascinating side note: because the demint mark appears on the obverse near the date, many speared buffalo coins show outstanding strike quality on that side, while the reverse displays wear. If heavily worn, surface flaws may hide or accentuate the gouge. Never dismiss a worn coin with wear. Damage may appear pronounced and visible plainly to the naked eye. Market behavior over 2 decades shows non-error 2005D buffalo nickels sliding from a collector curiosity to pocket change, while error coins heated up in parallel. Prices for standard F12 have remained below 25 cents, sometimes dipping near face due to nickel price drop. Meanwhile, speared buffalo coins have steadily appreciated, though market surges come in fits when certified examples cross $1,000. Attention increases and collectors chase lower grade examples, pushing prices higher in that tier. If you have one, it may be time to get it certified and list it. In creating a video, suggest keywords and tags for YouTube: 2005D buffalo nickel, speared buffalo error, fine grade nickel, modern buffalo nickel history, and synonyms like 205 Denver buffalo nickel value. A clear thumbnail showing a side-by-side of a normal coin and a speared reverse coin attracts clicks. A narrative mentioning fish out of pocket change could be worth hundreds draws viewers curious about treasure in change. Finally, keep in mind the eco-social angle. The buffalo symbolizes wild ecosystems, indigenous culture, and frontier imagery. The Nickel Series reminded us of the Lewis and Clark era, a time of nation building with consequences for native peoples, wildlife, and landscapes. So these coins echo not just monetary value but cultural memory. In coin shows or classrooms, combining numismatic data with storytelling enhances engagement. In conclusion, the 2005D buffalo nickel in fine condition is more than a commonly found coin. It is part of a historical tribute, a product of Denver Mint productivity, and potentially a vehicle for numismatic discovery. Regular issues in fine grade trade at a few cents above face. But if your coin bears a speared bison error, even with wear, it could be worth hundreds. The key is inspection. View your coin with a magnifier. Check the buffalo spine for gouges or lines. Consider certification for any error or minor die anomalies. Once graded, share with collectors via specialist platforms.